Hey, good evening. Don't mind the dog. Have you ever been horseback riding? One of the last times I went horseback riding was when I lived down in Laurel Palm Beach, Florida, which is about 2.5 hours south of here. And I went out horseback riding with a bunch of my friends, and it was quite the experience. For some reason, I was the one who got the horse that decided that he wanted to ride, or I should, well, he didn't want to ride. I was doing the riding. He wanted to run really fast. And unlike the other horses that were just trotting around nicely, following the instructions of the person that was leading us, my horse liked to gallop pretty quickly. And before I knew, I had passed everybody in my party on my horse, and I was hanging on for dear life as my horse was headed just as fast as it could run, with me grabbing on for dear life around its neck for a wooden fence that was up ahead about 15 yards or so. And I kept trying to get the horse to slow down. And of course, you don't kick the horse because he'll run faster. And I kept saying, "Whoa, horsey, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And the horse just wouldn't slow down. This horse was headed right for the fence. And there was another fence that ran alongside of the road. And it had a canal. And so this fence, it's a wooden fence. It was like the old farm fences, where it had posts and old wood beams going through it. And it wasn't a chain link or the stockade fencing that you see. It was farm fencing. And it was running parallel to the canal. And up ahead, it had made the turn left, and the fencing continued. And my horse was headed right for that. And I thought, for the first time in my life, I'm going to be jumping a fence on the back of a horse. Well, when we came up on this fence, and I'm telling you, I don't even, everybody else was out of sight now. I had passed up the entire party. And when this horse came up on that fence, he reared up in the air and he made a turn to the right, and he decided he was going to head for the canal. And I decided that was my opportunity to get off the ride, and I fell off the back, and the horse went right over the fence and was headed for the canal. Let me tell you something. I think I've been horseback riding one time since then. And the person held the reins of my horse and walked me around. Because that time on the back of that horse scared me. It scared me. The horse, I still don't know to this day. Maybe he didn't like me. Maybe my butt was too big. I don't know. Maybe I was too heavy. I don't know what his problem was. Maybe I smelled bad, or there was something about me. But that horse, and they said, he's never done that with anybody. You know, it reminded me of how we can get with God. We can take off running so fast. We can run way ahead of God and what He has planned for us. That we get going so fast, so fast, so fast that we don't stop. And then we get to a point where we hit a wall, or we hit a fence. And all of a sudden we have to slam on the brakes because we have run too far ahead of the Lord and what He has planned for us. And you know, the great thing about God is that He catches us. And He walks us back. And He doesn't leave us. He stays with us. And He walks us back slowly. And then walks us to what He has for us. He walks with us. See, sometimes we want to run ahead because either we're so excited and we can't wait to see what God's doing, or it's that we don't have enough patience to wait to see what God has for us. Sometimes it's that we think we know better than God. And so we run on ahead, thinking, I got this, I don't need you, God, stay back behind, relax, kick your feet up, I got this, don't you worry. I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. And oftentimes we find out, that isn't quite the case. And we get up there and we go, I kind of made a mistake here. Lord, can you help me out? Then we're like looking around going, God, where are you? Oh yeah, I left him way back there, when he should have been leading me. So let God lead you. Let him lead you. If you're like me, I get impatient. I want to go, go, go. I'm ready to go, go, go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. God, why are you taking so long? It's hard. Patience is hard for me. And I'm having to learn how to let God lead. I'm learning that following him, not him following me, works so much better. And it saves me a lot of problems. So let God lead. Let him lead the way. Don't be like the horse. Don't be like the horse that runs on ahead of everybody else and leaves God behind. And then you find out when you get up there to the fence that you got to make a quick decision or it's going to be bad news. All right, well, you take care. Good night.